are live.
We are
Good
live.
evening. Good evening, all, and welcome to the Mobb Inn.
How are you? Are you well?
All good. How are you doing, Sandman?
I
Good.
am very, very well.
Very
How has your week
excited.
been? Has you been all right?
Oh, yeah, man, all good. Had a long weekend. Kids have been ill. Usual.
Kids, man, they're just, honestly, I've had so much to do with kids today. So many stories that are probably too gross to talk about on this show. Because
I was thinking about the popcorn. I was thinking about the popcorn
Yeah,
one.
popcorn. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you all anyway. Basically, my middle child, who's going to be 5 this year, decided what would happen if he stuck popcorn up his nose. Turns out, that's not a good idea at all. But this is the Mobb Inn. Welcome all. Welcome back to episode 2. And we are both here with you today. For me, myself, this has been like weeks and weeks in the planning. You know, we've been talking about it, putting all the stuff together. Zen, the legend in the background, has been putting it all together as well for us. So a big round of applause for Zen, as always.
Then,
Bearding wise, you know, we've had the lads from our club have gone to a Scottish competition in broad beards. You've had the last, I think it was a fortnight ago now, you've had So High. So you've had the two lads, you've had our captain Jacko and our vice president Lulu. As always, that show was just so insightful with patches and how that worked and how to play, just a placement. But you guys will have to go back and watch them on this channel and on our YouTube channel as well. So you are able to then see, learn from them two amazing people.
right.
But there's not much else going on with my beard. I'm in the middle of a regrow. It's getting there, I suppose. It is, you know. We're all trying to grow our beards. I had a bit of a mishap with a razor blade and shaved mine off because I'm nuts. And yeah, it's growing back. Trying some new beard brands and all that sort of thing, so it's pretty cool. What's in your beard today, Lupin?
In my Boy Odin's beer today.
Oh, nice. Which scent?
I hadn't got back. Wasn't long until I got back, so I was quite in a rush. So I just grabbed the first thing I could see, and it was Boy Odin's beard. And
Fantastic.
Set me up for tonight. So
Well, it's shining, mate. It's looking good. It's looking nice and healthy. Always good. You've got a member of your Whaler gang commenting in the section, so if you can only guess who that is. 100% Whaler gang. I am sticking with my moustache. I'm not shaving that thing off. Dover, my lovely wife, would kill me.
We're gonna get you in Whaler gang. We're gonna get you.
You're not gonna get. Telling you, mate. She's 5'2". She will destroy you. She will tear you to pieces. It's not even a joke.
I think at Opie's.
Sorry, go again.
I think at Opie's we're gonna pin you down and just.
Not happening.
Whaler gang.
Not
So.
in my beard. Sorry, go on.
Carry on, bro. Away.
Sorry, in my beard, I've got a new scent by Odin's Beard Care. A lot of Viking-y type of beard groups nowadays, and you know, beard products and that. It's pretty cool. Smells a bit like Creed, the perfume. So it's pretty good. It's more of like a going out sort of thing. And hey, why not? It's the Mobb Inn. We're out. We're allowed out. We've been allowed out of our cages, me and you, to actually present this lovely show. So that'd be pretty cool. And what an absolute show we have in store for you.
Oh, I can't wait. So
it's going to be a blinder.
Shall we start the show?
I would say give it a couple of minutes, let everyone warm up, let people come into the show, let them get used to how it is. But yeah,
Tease them.
Give it a couple of minutes, ease them into it, relax them, let them feel the vibe a little bit.
Tease them.
Got our flags up. I hate cameras. We are Mob flags, which you'll see popping up all over, little hashtags all over our little Facebook page, which is fantastic.
We are Beaming TV.
You do? What? Where'd you get that from?
There's a special thingy for tonight. So I'll go over to the YouTube at Beer Mob England and watch back. So our first episode with Boo, that was an awesome one.
It was an amazing episode. I cannot believe you've outdone me with swag today. Thought, oh, you know, I'll stick my flag up. It's nothing too daring, and off you come up with a blooming hat on, saying Beer Mob England TV. It's absolutely unbelievable. What a travesty. And your ring as well. I've not got mine on me. I've hidden mine because my kids try and steal it, and it's heavy as hell, and they'll bludgeon each other to death with it. So it's one of them. Wham! Exactly. Wham! We are Mob. Fantastic. So yeah, by all means, Lupin, tell us about tonight's show.
So I guess it's very much top tier in the bearding community, and a big star in beer mob. Plenty of history in competitions. This person has podiumed 3 times out of 4. 3 times out of 4, yeah, that's right. Yeah, 3 times out of 4. That's impressive. I've organised some competitions as well. Yeah, organised some big ones over the pond. So yeah, doing good.
Before you go too far into it,
yeah, I'll have to stop because I was getting ahead of myself.
You are getting your
I didn't want to
head
give up too much information.
Don't worry, I will cast that rod and I will reel you back in a bit. Don't worry, no problems at all. So yeah, as mentioned, our previous episode was with Boo, and it was an amazing success. You got to meet another mobster, which is the aim of this show. Also mentioned to be in our YouTube channel, which is fantastic. It's amazing to have that other platform to watch things back on. It really does help, and it also means you don't just have to use Facebook if that's not your thing. You can put it on the bigger screen, sit back, and in your own time carry on. We do have the other show of So High, like I mentioned by the other 2 lads, but tonight we have something extra special. We have an amazing extra special co-host, or host, so to speak, because we're not co-hosts, we're all the same. So, in for the night, what do you reckon? Do you reckon we should bring her on?
Yeah, definitely. I'm extra excited for this one. Bring on the co-host.
Bring on our host.
Evening, Mob.
Evening, Press Lady Red. How are you?
Welcome.
I'm good, thank you.
Welcome.
How are you guys?
Oh, we're all good.
Very well.
Gotta say, I'm so honoured to have you on here, Red. So honoured.
It's amazing, to be honest with you, just to have a woman on the show. It was getting a bit
manly.
A bit manly.
Manly's the word. I wouldn't ever put myself in the category of manly, but I definitely.
No, I'm on about Lupin.
Oh yeah, very manly.
That's it. Choke your host on show. That's it. That's what we need to do. Fantastic. Hope
so oh yeah.
Hope people in the comments know CPR. So thanks for that.
I've just done my first aid training, but you're a bit far away for me to help you.
Well, yeah, this is very true. So it's just what it is. Wow, somebody said
sausage fest.
We was not going down that road. How dare you judge?
You bummed us.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
No, so Red.
We keep a really nice show. We keep it above board. There's no silly jokes. Red comes in for 2 minutes and snowballs.
Oh, yeah. Who's Facebook user saying that I'm most manly out of the lot of you? To be fair, I probably have got bigger balls.
It's a given. We are scared of you. Let's be fair. We are genuinely scared of you.
I'm just here to keep you in line.
It's very true. You're very good at it, to be honest with you. All of us at Mob, and you and a lot of the other ladies, especially in our chapter. I don't know what it's like in other chapters, but you're very good at mixing with the lads and having that sort of gel and that sort of conversation and the banter. But you're very good at also saying, "Look now, boy, calm yourselves." As it is.
Very good on the camera.
Yes, we like to keep you in line. We'll let you roam a little bit, but we have to rein you in sometimes, boys.
It's the fact that I got fed today. Usually I don't get fed, so I only ever get fed on a Mob Inn. So that's just the way it is.
Good job, Dover. Well done.
Literally, Silky or Zen will just rattle my cage a bit, let me know it's alive in like a day or something. Give me a bit of food, and here I am.
We're getting a lot of love for Red.
Everybody
loves
Red.
A lot of love for Red. Put some of them hearts on the old reactions on the Facebook. Show the love for Red. If you've got red hearts, fantastic. If you don't, then tough. Just throw them hearts out and show how much love we have for Red for joining us tonight. It is going to be an amazing show.
Love for Red.
I've not had a I keep saying co-host. I apologise. I keep saying that. I've not had a host. So another personality to work with already in this mad situation, so that's always fun. But no, we're so excited to have you here because it's the perspective that you will bring to tonight's show, all will be revealed later on, but to tonight's show, the perspective that you will bring will be so important because it will really help with not just yourself, not just with the person we're bringing on, but with the others that are watching as well. It will
indeed.
I'm trying not to give too much away too early on, but definitely going to help everyone in so many different ways. I've just seen every shape that I know appearing.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Who was that one? It just said Facebook user.
I don't know. I'm northern. The fact that I know shapes is like a given.
Oh, and the Love You Babes as well. I don't know who that is. That's another Facebook user.
Who's that to?
I don't know.
Definitely me. Definitely me.
I like that comment. Mob ladies definitely have bigger balls.
That's Dover.
Yeah, they've got hours in the purse. Just carrying them around or wearing them as jewellery, depending on how bad we've been usually.
Oh, the tides have turned. Yeah. Look, Craig says that him and Sean's got us on the big TV. It's normally me have you guys on my big TV.
It is very true. So a bit of background for everybody who's watching. Red and the clan, the brood, the four other mob members of our chapter that all live under your roof for some strange reason. Usually whenever they're watching a TV show that is BMN TV or anything to do with one of our lives, they bang it on their big telly and we all feel like superstars because she just takes a screenshot and it's great because like, oh, but hey,
on the big 55-inch as well.
Ooh. Now I've told you about the jokes, and this is a very mature show. It is not no blue balling or anything like that. But no, yeah, we're usually on this big massive TV. She takes this screenshot and we feel like superstars. It's fantastic. But alas, we're not this time round. We're just on the small telly. It's being put to Channel 7.
Where are the family tonight, Red?
Freckles. Oh, that was Earl. Freckles is out with her cronies. She's gone to play pool, I think. Just robbed me of money so she can go to the chip shop. I do believe that Brokeback and Littlefoot are upstairs in the bedroom because they are always antisocial.
He's such a lovely person, though. I don't believe him to be antisocial at all.
Who's a lovely person?
Brokeback, he's lovely.
I'm going to send him to live with you then.
That's fine. He's giving me a lift in his car. Granted.
My car's better.
But
we'll not start that one. My car's better. We'll leave it at that.
Is it your car, though? Or is it Earl's?
Darren's.
Who's Darren? We do not use our real names. Superhero names only.
Superhero. Earl. It's Earl's car, to be fair, but I do drive it a lot more. So we'll go with it's mine.
It's great because I've seen. Obviously, I've met Red and Sirs Lupin, but at different meetups with cars, I've seen them swap seats, and it's so funny. Different adjustment level of that seat.
I have to have the seat right the way forward because of my little short legs.
So funny.
I know the feeling.
Anyway, lads,
booster seat.
Isn't there a guest that we've got sat backstage waiting to come on? We're always sat here chin-wagging.
I have no idea what you're on about. I don't believe so. I think this is all a ploy.
Who's the guest then?
Should we tell them? What do you reckon, Red?
I think it's time we tell them.
You think it's time?
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. So, I've gone blind. My light's a bit bright at the minute. I'll just turn it down a touch. So, Lupin, would you like to, definitely not again, tell us about tonight's guest?
Again?
Well, you didn't do it the first time. We don't count that bit.
Yeah, well, our guest is a big person in the bearding community. I think I'm saying the same stuff I said earlier.
You did. She's done a lot of online competitions. She's got a massive sort of persona in the bearding world, and that person really much incorporates so much. That person's had a Guinness Book. Was it a Guinness Book?
Guinness Book of Records, yeah. Guinness Book of Records.
That's right. Is the person in Mob? Is that right?
Patched into 2 clubs.
Patched into 2 clubs, yeah.
Dude,
Patched into
what? How greedy?
I'm lucky to get patched into 1 club.
No, we're just lucky to have you.
Yeah,
Aww.
you're lovely, really. You are lovely.
You're not melting on the screen.
Holds multiple positions in Mob in a very high standing. That person's been in Mob for quite a while now and has sat on both sides of the fence when it comes to competing. That person has judged and been judged, so that person knows exactly how it feels from multiple different sides of things. So, what do you think? Without further ado, shall we get the person in?
Yeah, this is my job. Let's welcome in then with a big Mob welcome. Let's welcome in Sommer Hibbler, aka Jiggy.
Woohoo!
Welcome in, my love.
Oh, she's got little hands. I love it.
Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mobb Inn.
Hi guys, how are y'all? I'm
Very
so
good.
embarrassed now. Y'all are reading all that off, and I'm like, that's so embarrassing.
Oh, don't be embarrassed. We're all family.
Yeah, I don't like this. It's embarrassing.
Some not as close as others, but we're family. Yeah, you know, family. That's fine. We call it family.
Well, I am Silky's little girl's aunt, so there's that.
To be fair,
Well-
Silky does hold you in a very high regard, and we all do, to be honest with you. We all talk about you quite a lot, in a nice way,
I'm a
in a friendly,
fanboy.
nice sort of like, yeah. But yeah, we did
I'll
talk
put
about you.
the cowboy hat on for you, Red.
It's beautiful. I actually really like that. I'm quite jealous.
Bless her.
I mean, it's just beer and a cowboy hat. Okay, so that's not really like what I do, so whatever.
And then wait,
I'm not,
back in the comfy
I am not
zone.
having that. The hat doesn't match the accent.
Oh, so I should leave the cowboy hat on?
Up to you. Personal choice.
Like, I get to read who all these Facebook users are. So the captions aren't going across the screen that I'm seeing on my computer, but it's
Please sign up to StreamYard so we can see your names.
yeah.
Or
sometimes
put your
doesn't
name
work.
at the end of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with me, I've signed up to StreamYard for about 9 times, maybe 10 now, and for some
And
reason
it
it
still
doesn't
doesn't
like me.
Oh,
So
does it?
it doesn't always work. I think I might be the only case in the entire StreamYard history where it doesn't work.
No.
Just if you are still coming to us Facebook user, just tag your name on the end, and then we just sort of know who you are, and it'll just save far less confusion, especially when there's multiple chapters commenting.
So how's your day been? Oh, still daytime over there in America.
Yeah, it's 3:36 here.
Oh,
But
How's your day been? How's your day been so far?
It sucks today.
What's the weather like?
It's going to be riding weather.
Riding
There's a
one
variety
ride,
of
yeah.
weather.
Oh yeah, I like to ride.
So what we're talking, tornadoes,
Do what?
tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
Oh, I'm talking about motorcycles.
Ooh, motorcycles. I didn't know if you was on about horses. I'd be out on a horse out there in Texas. Let's get on a horse.
No. There are horses around me. I don't have any.
Just borrow someone else's. It's fine. We won't tell anyone.
No, I'll stick with the motorcycle.
Not gonna
Nice
lie,
to know.
I have a feeling I'm gonna get lost very quickly with the way you ladies chat because I will have no idea what's going on. We've gone from horses to motorcycles to tornadoes because of 3 different interpretations of the same conversation. So it's gonna be fun, guys. Buckle up.
Girls
It's gonna be
talk.
great. But it's yeah. Oh, we all got drinks tonight. What are we all drinking, if anything?
Tequila Rose.
Ooh, that's
What are you drinking, Lupin?
I'm drinking San Miguel tonight.
Okay.
What is that?
It's a beer, loosely.
It's a. Is it on the screen?
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Jiggy? What are you drinking? I know it's 3 o'clock over there, but we won't judge.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Monster in Malibu.
Monster in Malibu.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
So I'm
different.
gonna be drunk and wide awake.
So the Angry
Never tried
Hawaiian. I am drinking Captain Morgan's Tiki rum. Other rum is available
Oh, very nice.
with Coke because
No, it needs to be lemonade.
yes, but I don't really like lemonade.
Okay, what is it
And
that you're drinking? A spice rum?
It's
So-
a pineapple rum.
Again, we are not endorsed by any sort of alcohol or any sort of brands, but I have the bottle with me. It is Captain Morgan's Tiki Pineapple Rum. Yeah, sophistication on this show.
Do y'all have
can
like
get-
Sprite? That would be so much better with Sprite or something.
It is very much better with Sprite.
No, this is
100%
why.
better.
This is why I didn't want to talk alcohol with you two veterans on this show, because you know what goes with what. You know how to get drunk correctly. Unresponsibly, obviously. It's just the way that is. But, I'm trying to be sophisticated and grown up and not just a beer.
You're not just weird.
I don't think
not
there's any
beer.
sophistication either.
I can't spell sophistication, I'm not going to lie. So I won't even attempt that. But, that's just the way that is.
But
So-
can Lupin say it?
Oh, hang on a minute.
Are you okay there? Do I need to
Stretching.
send help?
Oh no, I've been on a walk with kids today. We've had like a walk for like hours, and kids have got little legs, so you try and keep up with the kids, but you're not. You're actually taking steps back and then shouting at them to stop and wait, and you've got to take steps. Oh, it's just fun. Just one of them. Walked by some lovely babbling creeks in the English countryside, so that was fun. So yeah, we definitely didn't see any rubbish or shopping trolleys or polystyrene or
Really?
anything like that. 100% definitely did not. I don't want to ruin the picturesque vision that Jiggy has of England.
Honest to God, I don't have a freaking clue what you just said.
So in England,
One more time.
right, we
Uh-huh.
have really picturesque, nice, lovely places.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like rivers, people will put shopping trolleys in them, shopping carts.
Like a
Shopping
grocery.
carts.
Okay, we call it grocery
Yes,
cart.
grocery cart.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
So
avoid me.
I was trying not to say that because we are definitely, we don't do that or anything along them lines. I was trying to say we are a lovely country and we don't do that, but we do.
I mean, yeah, humanity, right? Like, I would expect that in every place.
It's a pain because it's such a lovely area, and I'm trying to show my kids and say, look, this is how lovely this is, and then there's a
I mean, you got that.
supermarket cart just there.
Oh, well, that's better than whenever I used to come out of where I used to live, and people are shooting up at the stop sign on the corner. So,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Ginger
that's-
Strap has literally
the grocery cart in the river. Like,
Ginger Strap has just said the best thing that I was trying to say. Ignore what I've just said, Jiggy. It's all lies. Our country is just unicorns and shit. Unicorns and beauty and babbling brooks and nature and massive mountains and shit.
Okay.
okay.
So we are genuinely a nice country, and yeah. Silky said, "Don't worry, he doesn't understand me either," and that's the mystery of me.
To be fair, most of us just ignore you now, I think. Oh,
Reading the comments over here.
yeah,
Somebody
there's a few popping through.
says that they don't understand you.
I'm waiting for the
Good old-
subtitles to pop up so you can understand what they're saying.
Can somebody do that so I don't have to watch it a lot?
It's really funny because you're taking the mick out of me, but Red's accent is as thick. But
My accent, there's nothing wrong with it, thank you.
You're watering it down, and we know.
I speak the King's pure English. I will have you know, thank you very much.
That's why I understand her better.
Is that what it is? I'm not speaking English. No way. I'm not. It's just not happening. Not a chance. He's from west of. Are you west or central, Lupin?
West.
It's West
He's
Midlands.
west, so he's strange for a start. Red lives in the centre of England, but she's actually from Yorkshire. So
I am a
she's got
Yorkshire girl.
Quite positive somewhere, I suppose. And I'm from the north. I'm from Yorkshire as well, so from the best parts of England.
Okay.
They have
Honestly,
a graveyard and everything over there.
Yeah, the best
I'm
parts of
sorry.
England.
The person on this screen tonight that has the best place to live is definitely Jiggy. I'm so
Yeah.
jealous that you are there. Why am I not there?
you can come.
Oh, I'll be over, believe me.
Oh yeah. I mean, I still have Honestly, I have clothes and boxes everywhere still, but it's coming along.
If you ask nicely, Red will come over and help you unpack. She's
Yeah,
got
that's
no
fine.
problems about going
No,
over there.
that's private. Don't touch my shit. That's my whole thing. My boyfriend's like, "You want me to put something on?" No.
I've just been told in the background if one of us is coming over to see you, all 5 have got to come.
I was like, children.
+1.
That's the husband, the son and his girlfriend, and the daughter.
There's that many. She doesn't actually know who's in the house.
And the Lupin. And the Lupin.
Oh, and a Lupin.
I'm definitely coming to Texas.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
he's only small, so he will fit into most overhead storage containers, so it's fine. We just fold him up, stick in a plane.
Like a personal carry-on.
I'll take you my handbag, Lupin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm happy with that. I'm coming for the food. I can't lie. I'm coming for the food.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I heard everything's bigger in Texas, so I want a big, juicy Texas burger.
A burger?
Lupin, just to be a disclaimer, you do realise when you say everything's bigger in Texas, you travelling to Texas doesn't make you bigger. Just saying, like, as a thing, that's not how that works. It's not like a time portal where you grow because you've gone to a different country that's bigger.
Yeah, but there's gonna be burgers bigger than me, so
Zed has literally just said the same thing that I've just said.
If he eats enough, he'll come back bigger.
He will.
exactly.
I have to get a shoe on to get him off the plane.
Oh, Mr. Sommer says you won't let him unpack his shit.
Well, he can unpack his shit, not my shit.
Why are the women turning into hoarders? I don't get it. Like, we need to make this house a home and it needs to look all pretty and beautiful, but we can't touch your shit. So how can we help you make it look all pretty and beautiful? But then we leave you to it, and it's, oh, you're not helping us.
Okay, so here goes my thing. My youngest child is going to be 24 this year. So, yeah. And I've only ever had dogs, and we have 4 cats and 2 dogs now. And these 4 cats, which one of them has got to come up and see us here, are everywhere, and I'm not used to it. So I'm like, okay, I have all these little things, like I have wax hands of the shooting the finger from way before Mobb even happened. I have like collectibles all around and shit, so like I have to ease it out and see what the cats are gonna destroy. And once I put something where I want it, it's good. Like, we're not rearranging furniture in a month. No, the pictures are where they are. He like slapped this up for me, and I'm like, "Oh, that was awfully quick. Did we just committed?"
It's real.
So he puts up with my nonsense, but it works. Like, he's like Johnny on the spot. I'm like, "Hey, this needs to." He goes, "I'm on it." I'm not used to that. Like, I'm like, okay, in the next month or 2, I'm gonna have to remind you a couple times that this needs to be fixed. And he's like, "No, it was done. Like, before you finish the sentence." So,
See, that's weird, because over here, like, my wife will tell me to do something. She has to physically beat me with a stick to get me to do it. She has to, like, poke me with,
Obviously
like, come on,
lazy.
get on it, go on. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to.
he's not like, he's like constantly fixing stuff. So.
No, that's not the way. That's not the way it should be. He's going to make us all have bad names for ourselves as us men.
No, like,
doing that.
This is the only reason I've committed to somebody after fucking 14 years.
He must be doing something right.
So. He puts up with my nonsense, and I put up with his nonsense. So.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? Putting up with each other's nonsense.
Yeah.
Has put up with my nonsense for 25 years now.
Oh God!
What a hero!
Right. I mean,
He could have done some horrific things and got less time.
Cheers, dude. Wait until I see you in a few weeks' time.
Knock his block off, Red. Knock his block off.
Oh, mate, he's gonna run.
I don't run very well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't do things around the house very well either, it seems.
Well, I have my moments. I'm good at some things, I'm just not good at everything else.
I'm gonna find out the list off of Dover later of what you are actually good at.
Giving Dover a lion.
I'll give you that one.
You see what time she wakes up. I don't mess about with that. He does her
Oh
thing.
yeah, he lets me sleep in too, and then take a nap. I like to sleep. Like if you can't contact me, I'm out. I'm sleeping.
Wow. It's really weird because the comments that are coming through are people who know me really, really well. And I'm like, yeah, that's hit the nail on the head. There's people who really don't know me that very well. And I'm like, yeah, that's hit the nail on the head. It's really bad how easy I am to judge.
You're predictable, boy. You're predictable. Stop reading. You can see the concentration in your face.
Me? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm old, man. I can't see well. Gotta get kind of close.
We'll try and keep you up to date. So, Jiggy, we all know that Mobb is truly one big family, and we all have the experience. I know the love that is in a family, but where did you grow up as a little girl, and what was your family life like growing up?
Dallas, Texas.
So jealous.
Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah, so I'm from Dallas, so I'm Texas, born and bred. And pretty much, honestly, I'm spoiled. My brother's 10 years older than me, and I was daddy's girl, so...
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah.
I am the youngest of 4, so...
Yeah, but I was raised really strict, and I was raised really closed-minded, so this whole journey has been amazing. Like, I've met people that I would have never met in my life just because of the way I was raised. Not saying that it was bad, it's just kind of how it is, like, generational. So, yeah, this world is completely opened up, and, like, I'm definitely not... I mean, I am that girl, but I'm not. Like, I was really athletic. I played sports. I went to college, played volleyball, blah, blah, blah. I coached my kids. Like, I love all sports. But what happened in our house stayed in our house. Like, my dad worked for Budweiser, so you can imagine. So if we say alcohol, you know, dumb shit happened.
Wow.
Made us all
Natalie Johnston.
That was a good comment, that was.
Very good comment. Hang on, we'll wait till your glasses go on.
your mouth, Nats.
Raised closed-minded, now she won't close her mouth.
No, I always get in trouble for talking in school, like straight A's, but I couldn't make honor roll because they included your conduct, and I was a little feisty. And so I just had to steal the honor roll sash for graduation. Just like snagged it and took my picture in it because I mean that was really dumb. Like honor roll is how smart you are, and I actually am really smart. I'm just a mess.
Did you say you done sports in college?
Package. Do what, Lupin?
Did you say you done sports in college?
Yeah, I played volleyball in college.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Was that the only sport you done?
Do what?
Was that the only sport you done?
I played soccer. I did the field events and track because running is bullshit.
Can't run to save my life.
Yeah, like that's not my jam. They tried to recruit me for basketball all the time. I played basketball through middle school.
Lupin, you're too short for basketball.
Yeah.
Ain't seen me jump.
Okay, see, I don't jump I don't jump at all now. Like if I'm jumping, it's just like down off of a step or a curve, maybe. Like.
So who's your favorite basketball team?
Okay, so here's my. Well, I am super loyal. So it's gonna be Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Stars, Texas Rangers, Dallas Cowboys. I don't care if they suck or not.
Texas, basically.
Yeah.
Anything Texas is good with me.
I mean, that's how it is for me. I know some better ones out there.
I ask this question whenever sports ever brought up by somebody who's American because it really, I can't get my head around it. Your football, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You don't use your feet, do you?
Okay, no, that's soccer for us.
So why is it called football?
I'll have football is soccer.
Why is it called football?
I don't know. Probably some Caucasian male
I only asked because every single American I've asked has had that same answer of because we can. Because that's just the way it is.
That's just what we do. I don't know. What do y'all call soccer?
Football.
Football, because we can't use our feet.
It is football over here.
Y'all don't have soccer at all.
The only thing that we've got close to your kind of football is rugby.
Rugby's fun to watch. That's like how I like to play soccer. Like, that's why I would always be in trouble. They're like, "Hey, it's not football." I'm like, "Hey, well, technically."
Rugby to me is like your football, but without the overuse of padding.
Yeah.
And when you get hurt, you get 5 minutes of drying up any sort of blood, resetting any broken bones, and you're back on the pitch again.
Okay, yeah, but see, our football players, they're not so tough. They just like their money.
It's weird. Rugby take all the hits.
I'm not gonna argue that one.
So rugby players are bigger players. They get taken down bad. Like I've seen some bad tackles. They get paid less by an absolute bomb compared to our football players.
For sure.
So our soccer players, I'll try to change the lingo a little bit.
No, I mean when you said, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's madness because you look at them and you think you'll see somebody just. Yeah, exactly. 22 millionaires chasing a ball, then let's hit it on the head. You will literally flick someone's ankle in football and they will go down and they will die.
Cry and cry and cry.
Oh, it's bad. You'll see a rugby player take on like an 18-stone man, just bulldoze him straight into the floor, and he will roll over, get up, and laugh about it.
Carry on.
So a lot of people will watch college football because they are actually playing harder to get into, and it's not about the money at that point. It's about trying to be good, to be accepted. And then after that, it's about not getting hurt so that you don't lose out on your money because you really don't have a backup plan for anything in your life other than sports.
It's weird how the different progression into like sport from the two different countries work, because obviously you literally you can go to school and you can go to scholarship and go all the way through. I mean, we have that sort of thing, but it's not as heavily ingrained in like academical lessons. You know, you could literally do in America, your a career can be made from a very early age straight into most sports, whereas over here it's a lot more focused on other things, and then sports like a secondary sort of thing when you're younger. So it's interesting to see how the two different nations do things and how sports seen in two different eyes. Do you know what I mean? It's very much looked at over here as sports like an after school sort of thing, or like once a week in physical ed.
So it used to be for us, like whenever I was growing up, but then I saw it when my kids were playing, it started getting really competitive, and then they were like, they're not going to go to college if they don't play select ball. And I was like, their dad and I don't have select ball kind of money. If they're going to go to college on ball, they're going to have to just be seen somewhere. So yeah, but now it's everything is, if your kid's not playing select at like 5 years old. So you're right.
Yeah, microphone. Sorry.
You're exactly right. But it did used to be like what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I've like spoke to many Americans through many different walks of life from what I do outside of Mobb and that, and I've talked to people in like Alaska, as far north as you can get, and Alabama and Louisiana and the strange area of America that we don't talk about. I've talked to people all. So I've talked to people all over, and it is amazing how there's differences obviously in different states, but that ingrown competitiveness in sport has very much taken off a lot more recently.
Yeah.
Because, well, I imagine it's just the
but
evolution.
It's right?
It's crazy.
But it's like raise your kids to be academically smart or in a trade. Like, I don't think your kids have to go to college to do good in life. Like, if they do a trade, go straight for it. I have one of each. My boy went, actually, he started working in HVAC with his dad right after Monday after he graduated. The boy's been making more money than me for years. He's 26. Bought a house at 22.
Next month I am 28. I am 2 years older than your child, which is so strange because you don't look. And I said this to you when we've chatted in the back. You don't look old enough to have a child who's a little bit younger than me. So weird. I don't know what it is. Americans don't look they don't age the same.
It's the sunshine.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the two types of Americans. Ones who are 30 and look 75, and ones who are 55 who look 28. So
that'd be me.
There's no in between. There's no in between at all. I've seen it all. There's no in between. It is literally one or the other. And if you fall into one category, if you fall into the other category, great. It's just when you told me not how old you was, but how old your children were, I couldn't believe it. It was ridiculous. Couldn't get my head around it at all. So when you talk, we do like to put you up both sides on this show.
I mean, my daughter's
sure you're not going to leave us.
Older than you, though. So actually, I think he's 28. So like, I have a kid that's 28, but I birthed 26 and 24 this year.
Oh, I've got one turning 22 in about 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's your oldest?
That's the oldest. The youngest is coming up 17 this year.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. Like, I love my grown kids. I loved my kids, but when they were children, they were real well behaved. Like, I wouldn't want to raise them in society now. I wouldn't have wanted to raise them through COVID and all that. I'm glad they're grown, and mine didn't have to go through any of that. And they're fun as hell, man.
I've got 3. I've got next month I'll have a 6-month-old. Yeah, but he's growing so fast.
Hippo.
Little Hugo Hippo is growing fast. I will spam you with photos, Jiggy, of how cute he is. I know. I can see it in your eyes. You want to see? I
love other people's kids.
Yes.
I'm
with you on that one.
I mean, I've got a middle child who will be 5 this year, so Elliot will be 5, and I have Robin, who is my eldest, who will be 7. And Robin is very much like me, just completely nuts in so many different ways. It's beautiful.
Right.
But yeah, 3 boys, and because they're so young, I'm sure Lupin would agree because he's got young kids too. The way society is, like you said, and the way things are going, and you can't stop it. You can't pump them hate brakes as much as you like. You can't stick them on, and it's hard to try and get your head around what they're going to have to go through and it's not just UK versus America. It's globally.
Yeah.
The society around the world is rubbish at the minute, and it's awful. Have you got any kids, Lupin?
Yeah, I've got 3 kids. I've got 2 girls and a boy.
Little Zeke.
I've got little Zeke, mob kids. I got a 2-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old. And nightmares.
Which one rules the roost?
They're nightmares.
I'm gonna be honest, they're nightmares. Maya, my youngest, 2-year-old.
Definitely
Maya
Maya.
rules the roost.
She's the one in the picture. She's like mean mugs the hell out of the camera. She's like,
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I have had many lives and many video chats with Lupin, and I guarantee it, Zeke he's gotten better, but he's very smiley now, and he's very much his own little man, which is fantastic. But Maya, oh my god, that look she gives you. You might as well just get frozen and stone dead, because that is it. It's game over. But she's decided she's had enough.
She's gonna take no shit.
Not at all. Not at all.
She's definitely got the mean mug.
Definitely. So, from the amazing childhood you had, how does someone get into Mobb and start competing, especially in the ladies' creative, aka as we in our club would say, whiskerinas like yourself, and start this amazing journey you have had? How does that happen?
Okay. So this, a lot of people don't know, a lot of people do know. Y'all know Monty Minter, Wizard.
No, I don't know him. Never heard of him.
No. Anyway, we went to middle school together.
Oh, wow.
So I've been knowing him that long. And Joker, Harry Flanagan, was in a kayak club. And the guy that I was talking to at the time was in the same kayak club. And so that little crossover really is how I ended up. So, and Monty and I have always lived pretty close together. God, I don't know. I mean, I was there when it was just a Facebook group page. I was there when Boo and Phyllis came, and we all went to the competition and watched at Dallas Facial Hair did one. And I had dressed up as a lumberjack at work, and like I went kind of crazy buying all these beards, and so I took them up there and I let my doctor choose which beard, and we went with a big one anyways, and I won the contest anyway. And yeah, that's kind of, I saw some girls do it. There was 2 of them there, and I was like, shit, I would have at least taken 3rd. And then went to Mob Fest 1, and literally walked into, other than knowing 2 or 3 people, walked in, and everybody that was on Facebook and their personality on Facebook, the person that they present them to be, they were exactly like that in person. So wow. It was honestly like walking into, I had a better time going there, and than I did at like my high school.
Wow.
Like this is like a family reunion, a family that's never even met in person. So yeah.
That's how it was a bit for like us, to be fair, because a lot of us have met online over COVID, especially with all that sort of thing. And obviously that's how Mobb England chapter started over COVID, with Silky and the rest of the retrobates. They all put it all together, and here we are now. But it's weird, it's so strange, and I've said this so many times, how we've basically gone from, can you still hear me? Because my microphone's pinging all over the place. How it's gone to going to competitions, or even just meeting up as friends and seeing each other and talking for the first time. It's such a strange, like, bizarre phenomenon to go through, you know what I mean? So I get what you're saying. And when I asked the question, when I heard you went to school with Monty and met Joker in a kayaking club, it's literally not how I thought that question was going to be answered. You know, you could have done absolutely any other words and that sort of thing. So, in Mob, what chapter are you from? I'm guessing we already know the answer to this.
So, living in Dallas, Fort Worth, Beard Mob, North Texas.
Texas?
Yeah.
And what positions do you hold in that club?
I'm actually the president of the Southwest region. So
nice.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. The lady in charge.
Yeah. We are in royalty. We have royalty in our company.
We definitely do. It is good.
I mean, I started out as secretary, then I was vice president, and then like Monty is busy with like getting married and stuff and doing that life, and so it was just kind of fun. Yeah.
It sort of happened to progress from there. Is it just president of the South region that you hold, or do you hold another title as well? Or
I'm actually the vice president of the Craft Whisker Club. So
right.
I did hear y'all on the intro. There is like, typically there's not multi-title in 2 different clubs, but so how I explain it to everybody is the Craft Whisker Club is for crafting. It's not facial hair. So Beard Mob is facial hair. The Craft Whisker Club knows Beard Mob is my first. That's when they asked me to be the club, they voted unanimously, like absolutely, because I mean, like like I said, I've been with Mobb since I think they started in February, and I joined in September the same year. So I've been there from the get-go. It's just, I don't know. I mean, even if I left here, that's still my family, my friends. So,
would you say it's?
And I think most everybody knows that, unless they have an issue with me in general, and then we got to find something. But yeah, so I do hold both titles, but they are two separate things.
That's some going, that is.
Amazing, some going.
Oh.
It's very. We're a little bit awestruck. We're not gonna lie. We're a bit like celebrity sort of theory type sort of thing. No, because I know how you Americans do it. You do it. You, Monty, Joker, and Bill are as bad as each other. You know, you're all very big to us, and you're all very close to our hearts. And we all try. As soon as we try and say this, you throw that, oh, we're just people and blah blah blah.
That is what, yeah, for sure. Like,
true, but you guys have all made this what it is and how we are now. So you got to take a little bit of the credit, a little bit when we give it to you. You've got to at least take a little bit.
We've got 50.
A little bit.
We'll have 50 members. 50.
Mm-hmm.
5 of them being my family.
But
I mean,
we have 50 members.
Y'all do the whole family thing, y'all. I mean, like, I think, I don't know, Boo told y'all, but like, it's mind blowing how Silky has blown up and grown this. And it's just, who would have ever thought? Like, when I told y'all I was in the calendar and it was with Silky, that was before I even knew him ever. Like, he wasn't part in it. To watch that progression, and y'all are doing such amazing things.
Like, have you seen Silky's eyes and the curls of his mustache? He's going to get anybody to join any sort of club at any sort of time. So that's just the way that is. You know, it just he flashed his pretty smile to me at a competition, over a year ago now, and that was it. And I was like, oh, fine, twisted my arm, and that's just the way that was.
Yeah.
He put Freckles in Mobb before he put me and Earl in, and she's our youngest. So
it's mad. He literally, the devious little curly little man that he is, plotted behind my back with my wife on our first meet in Mobb as a chapter to make her a member without me knowing. So we're doing all this like after a competition, having a chat and having a debrief and, you know, saying thank you for being part of this special thing with us. And he took her and he made her a member in front of me. He made me shed man tears, which is not on. And it just...
Which is very easy. What do you say, Lupin? He cries easy, doesn't he?
I do cry.
Very easy.
I'm an emotional man.
I do too. So, like, I'm like, oh, I'm getting stuffy. Let me not tear up. That's not... Let me be.
Obviously, Sommer, I've got that. As I said, there's 5 in my house that are now beard mob. Are your children involved?
My daughter did when she did her first couple years. We do. You can either go straight to 4-year college. I don't know what y'all call it. Y'all call it university.
We have college first and then university.
Okay, so
I finished school at 16 and then into college.
Well, that goes to why Americans are going towards sports. Yeah. So, my kid didn't go. She could have went straight to a 4-year college, but it's cheaper to do what we call a junior college. And so it's like your freshman and sophomore year. So she did that. She lived at home, saved up money, and she actually went and she was the treasurer of Beard Mob North Texas when I was a secretary. The kid has she just graduated. It took her 5 years because when she transferred over, and she was going nursing, but she graduated with a degree, graduate in major in biology and a minor in public health. So she paid for all of it herself outside of scholarships that she got. She did get some. So when y'all's kids start going to post school, if y'all have to tell the universities or college, let them know your kids did charity work. They love giving money back to kids that do charity work.
That's brilliant. It really is.
That is
Mom,
really
yeah.
cool.
But she would do she was taking exams. She actually got a title before I did.
Nice.
Beats me every time. And people are like, does it make you mad when she beats you? And I'm like, I made her. Hell no. Like,
I've
would
literally
be
just
mad.
had that thought. I've literally just had that thought. You gave her life, so any win she has is on your head because you did it. So there you go.
You take all credit. All
I
credit.
literally read your mind. Had that exact same thought of if your kids succeed,
Yeah.
you made them. So if so facto, you're the winner.
yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Like, so like when she's up for best in show, when we did the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who, she was up for best in show, and I was that stupid proud mom, like,
My baby. Hey.
got like Grinch makeup and everything. I was like, damn, that shit look good. Look at me now.
So is your daughter in Mobb? Is she part of Mobb?
She's still a member.
Fantastic.
So she just graduated college, and while she was in college, she did it through COVID, but she worked full time. She's a bartender. You know, we didn't close down our restaurants and our bars around here. So I mean, even when they weren't allowing people in, she was doing the drive-through. And her boyfriend has a son, so she plays that role.
Nice.
So yeah, just moved back. She was going to be about an hour from me, and we're about 2 hours from each other. Not too bad.
It is to us because 2 hours to us is like a third of the country.
Yeah.
It's
Oh no,
nuts.
we have like at least 5 hours to get out of our state.
I know we're talking about yourselves, but I remember, I think it was Mobfest 4, and Jägerbomb was travelling from Tennessee to Louisiana. And he was like 13 hours in. He says, I'm still not actually anywhere near where I need to be.
That's
And
mad.
the sheer time travel for us Brits is nuts. Trying to get our heads around the fact that, especially Texas, is so big. You can literally start at one end of Texas, travel for half a day, and still be in the same part of Texas.
For sure. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The longest part of any trip is in Texas. Whenever I go, so I drive to Mobfest. It's like 4.5 hours. It's only an hour inside of Louisiana. The majority
That's
of
amazing.
In about 5-6 hours, you can do the top of our country to the bottom.
No, it might take a bit longer than that. I am just about central, and we can do Cornwall, which is right at the bottom of the UK, in 4.5, 5 hours. If we hit it in one shot, don't stop. Just keep driving. We can get
Okay.
to the water.
Ask the human sat nav to correct me then. How long do you reckon it will be top to bottom?
Human sat nav, top to bottom of the country.
15 hours.
15 hours.
Fine. Okay. I was wrong a little bit. Okay? Just a little bit. But my point is, in comparison... Oh, right. Okay. So Zen literally has done top to bottom. So
There
I
you go.
forgot about
Zen
that.
says 16.
16.
Yeah. But that puts it into perspective. You've probably crossed maybe 2, maybe possibly 3 states of your country. And we have done top to bottom.
Hours. I think I could drive to Tennessee in less than 16 hours. I think it's like 15 from me.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, I don't know now that I've moved. Like, I moved out into the country, so it's like.
Right. Don't know if you can see this. From John O'Groats at the top of the UK, all the way down to
Okay.
Land's End, 15 hours, 12 minutes.
Okay, but side to side, it's like what?
Side to side, it's
3
just
hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
The narrowest bit.
We go like, or all the way from tip to tip. It's like,
It's a long way.
it's a long way. Hold on.
That comment.
Because
That
we
comment
started
in the
Why is it always top to bottom and not bottom
that
to
gave
top?
me Forrest Whitaker eye. Did that comment? It made me I don't know why. I think top to bottom is because you always want to start at the top because that's
And
where the
work to
eyes
the
are.
bottom.
and
That's
then
right.
we go from there. And I'm leaving it at that. I don't went any further into that. I'm leaving it at it. But yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I do.
Side to side is longer because they are just shitty roads.
Fair point.
You can walk in a couple of days.
Yeah, you can walk from one side to the other side of the UK in a couple of days.
In Northumberland.
In Northumberland, at the skinniest part.
Skinny top
We've
part.
had we've had friends do it. They walked from one side to the other.
Like meet me halfway.
Or they didn't get bitten by venomous animals or like
No.
wildebeest or whatever you guys have.
Might have got chased through a farm by a cow or a sheep. That's about it.
Or got an angry look from a hedgehog, but that is about as bad as it gets.
Funny.
So, Jiggy, being on the ladies creative, this is like really fascinates me. You obviously have to be mega crafty, which I'm not, and to be able to figure out what you're doing and what outfit will match it. Obviously over here the ladies categories aren't as packed out. We're too scared to take on the girls that are really creative. So I mean the men's are a lot more packed out. What would your advice be to start and get into competing as a woman?
I don't know. I think y'all's country might be a little more like subdued in how y'all present yourselves out. Like the bigger, the better. It may not. I don't know. I don't know how I pick my beard, honestly. I can see something and want to do it. Like I knew I wanted to do the Grinch, and so then didn't do with the mustache. But yeah, I've always been kind of crafty. This just gives me a way to kind of focus it for a good reason.
I've seen some of your beards. They're absolutely amazing. Amazing. Like, I can't even get together a little tiny idea to take on any of the ladies in the UK. Not creative at all.
So I think in America, like, bigger is better, like you already said. So I think that's like Yosemite mustache. Mine was just, I mean, okay, I'm almost 5'11", so there's that. I didn't particularly want to look like a dude when I went out, so
Yeah.
I would go the full on trying to look like a male aspect in mine. I try to make you kind of question yourself. Like, how weird is that a girl looks good with a mustache or a beard? It's kind of funny. Like, that makes me giggle.
We just have to show the men that we can do it just as good, if not better.
Right. I mean, so my daughter once said, she was like, we should get shirts to say, I can build better beards than you can grow.
Oh, hell yes. That needs to be a patch.
It's like the arenas, you know?
Look at someone's face.
I mean, I'm just saying.
See, the thing is, you're all saying look at Sandman's face, is because I know the absolute shitstorm of comments from my chapter and potentially others that are coming my way because of me going from chops to a shorter beard. So I know for a fact after this show, because after every live, somehow it goes round to taking the piss out of me, which I'm cool with, by the way. But I know for a fact the chat's going to be like, oh yeah, are you going to be a whiskerina then, Sandman? You know, you can build them better than you can grow them. You can build them better than you can grow them. You know, we've got a captain's role for you, Sandman, but it's only the Whiskerina Club. You know, that's the sort of thing that's going to happen. I know it's coming. I'm prepared.
Oh, am I the only one struggling to understand the blokes? Look, guys, you need to get a clearer accent.
I swear to God, have y'all heard Fab's talk? So we're both from America, but do y'all know the cartoon that has Johnny Bravo in it?
Yes.
Okay, that's what Fab sounds like.
Oh, wow.
On the subject of beards, yeah.
Aaron D. Johnson agreed, and I've heard Aaron D. Johnson talk. I've seen that man. He's got an amazing beard.
Yeah,
But
it's got an amazing beard.
accents.
He's super country because he's like over in Kentucky and South Carolina. They're a different kind of country. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, what's your favourite beard then to make?
I really, really, really used to like create it. I think my ultimate goal was to get to the one I did at Nationals this past year, the motorcycle steampunk. I had that idea for like over 2 years. And so to watch it come to life, because I knew what I wanted right here, but to make it...
Sorry, I was laughing at that comment.
That's Jeff.
I mean, like, technically, we speak English. You guys just did your own thing with it, which is fine, but differently. But yeah, we don't speak English. Like I said, the north of England, yes, it's not as bad as some places, but I imagine Red will agree. Some places in the north, you ain't understanding shit.
Look, I can understand anyone. I don't know what you're on about.
Can you understand old Brummy boy after a couple of beers?
Of course I can. We'll probably sit having a few beers while chatting shit.
That point.
Anyway, talking about beards, Sommer,
Yes.
Jiggy, using the Guinness Book of Records, which is a big achievement, and you know what? I'm super excited to. I want to be in the Guinness Book of Records, but I'm not very creative. So
Shortest whaler.
Okay, Lupin, how tall are you? Or how tall are you?
That's personal.
3'5".
Oh, come on, look, I'm 5'3". So
I'm
I'm short too.
I'm about 5'6", 5'7".
No way!
No way, not a chance. In Cuban heels, baby.
Are you stood on the phone directory? Are you still on the yellow pages when you say you're 5'6", 5'7"?
4'11" on a good day.
Sorry, Lupin. I mean,
We love you, Lupin.
It's okay.
So back onto the subject, please.
No, we want
You
to
don't
know your
mind.
real height. You are not 5'6". There is not a chance. Right, I'm going to put this out there. My wife has just come downstairs, all secret ninja and all that, trying not to disturb the live. She has just heard me say 5'6" and Lupin in the same sentence, and the look she has given me is like not a chance in hell. I have known Lupin for a while now. I met him in person for the first time, and I could not believe. So it wasn't a hello. My first words weren't hello. They were, I can't believe how small you are.
I'll give you, I'll say, you're about 5'4". You're not much
Possibly.
taller than me.
Possibly 5'5" with the
A
top
bit
hat.
taller than Red.
See, and that's right. Zen's a lanky mother, and he meets only half of Lupin.
Can we get back to the subject, please? Because I'm
Gimli
laughing
just
too.
said he's 5'6" and taller than you.
You are not taller than me, Gimli.
The
Gimli,
guy
you're not
who is
taller.
literally called
That's
Gimli,
just his beard.
named after a ginger dwarf, is literally taller than you.
Please, not about Samuel.
Yeah, I think my chicken wing, Jeff Harris, I think he's like 5'6".
See, we've all got short people. It's fine.
My wife's 5'2", but she's only little.
Right, come on, Lupin. We'll be serious now.
Are we sure?
Yes,
Yeah, I
more
think we've
wild
got it out of
crack?
our system.
it's done.
No more wild cracks?
No, we're good.
So, yeah,
No,
anyway,
not
back to the question. Where was we? I've lost myself now.
Guinness
Um,
Book of Records.
Guinness Book of Records. How did you get yourself into that?
Okay, so that was because it was the biggest online competition. So nationals, even though COVID hit, they didn't let nationals skip a year. And the crew that puts it together just had us submit videos, and I don't know, they picked my picture. I mean, I was in there with a whole lot of people. It wasn't really anything like me on a page, but like I got a little snippet, so I'm gonna go with it.
It's more
I've seen
than
the- I've seen the beard that you used. It was amazing. I really like that beard. What was your first thought when I said you're in the Guinness Book of Records? What did you think?
What was
a
my
sandwich
first
place?
thought?
Yeah. First thought.
Like, oh my god, no way. I had to go buy this book, and then I just got on Amazon and ordered it, and I was like, wow, I'm old, and I made it.
It's Silky in the Guinness Book of Records as well.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Silky's in it too. And then I was there at Casper, Wyoming this year when so all the guys tied their
Yeah, I
beers.
saw that.
And so I was there and watched that take place. So that was
I
really
mean, if they needed an extra inch or half an inch, I'd have stuck me a bit on the end, and away we go.
no, there was a minimum. You had to have
What?
I was gonna say,
I mean, I
Just
did
send
have
me the link.
chops, like a good pair of chops on me, but
could you send me the link to the link to your book, the Guinness Book?
Do you know which? Yeah, that's a good question. Do you know which one it was?
Yeah, 22. And I think it's like page 76.
So last year's then.
Can I like jump off and go get it?
Yeah.
I should
Yes, please.
run.
Yes, please. Okay, guys.
so
No
much
more
fun.
voice crack about my height.
Not even
It's
a
very
little.
embarrassing.
I only have it because I'm like random.
Oh, Silky says 72,
Oh,
page
72.
72.
He knows. He
Could you
knows
switch
his
to the
thing.
page that you're on?
He literally knows the page he's on. He has that book, and it opens up on that page. So, yeah.
I might have marked mine.
Could you show these viewers that beautiful beard? Because some might not have seen or know that you was in the Guinness Book of Records till today.
Apart from Silky, because he knows everything.
And the fact that Silky's in it too.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on 73. By the way. Let me find it. Y'all, it's so tiny. Oh, here I am. Oh, it's not gonna show up.
Silky has confirmed that his Guinness Book of Records does open up on that page. So
How many people are in that? Does it say?
173.
100 and I knew
Silky.
what I was going to ask.
Silky knows. He just knows.
It was telepathic.
It was like 180 entrants from across the USA took place in the incredible facial hair in one of the 20 categories. So 180
Nice.
competitors.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, so it's super tiny. If somebody wouldn't have said anything, I wouldn't have known.
Talking of beard, off topic. What's your favourite men's category?
Ooh, that's a good
Good
one.
question.
When I'm judging,
No, in general, really.
Okay.
Both. Call it
my
both.
favorite is probably the Garibaldi. It's like I like the bushy on the side and all the way around, and then the mustache on top of it. I'm like team mustache.
Oh, that's Gimli then. Gimli's in
But not the
there.
biscuit,
Gimli, have you heard?
Yeah, I mean, I understand the whaler reasoning and like it doesn't get in your way. I got that, but team mustache.
The
I
amount
didn't know
of food,
there is reason behind Whaler.
the amount of food that gets stuck in your mustache.
Yeah,
No, I
Is
think
that the
Jiggy actually
reason?
has
You
a
shave it
real
off because
reason.
you don't want the food in it.
And
Is there
snot
actually
when you got a cold.
reason? Is there seriously a real reason why they shave the mustache?
When you get a cold and you have snot, it just...
Dude, come on, there's ladies present.
well, that's like one of the complaints. Or I mean, the food, like when it gets so long and then it just kind of goes under your lip and gets in your food. But
Mustache wax.
honestly, exactly, Sandman. Train that shit to get out of the way, or like, I don't know. Did y'all watch Aaron Johnston eat? Like it's like swoop,
See,
It just inhales, lifts it up and
lifts
inhales.
it up.
I
Yeah,
like
you know.
you see the walrus mustache, don't you? Which just goes over naturally.
Dick Strawbridge.
Yeah, that's him, Dick
Dick
Strawbridge.
Strawbridge has a massive moustache.
Do you know who Dick
It's
Strawbridge
brilliant.
is?
I do not.
Right, so he is a guy who does a lot of, I'd say, engineering programs and historical programs. He has did a show about a chateau in France. He actually has a chateau in France, so that's the type of guy. He's an ex-Royal Engineers in the army, in the British Army, and his moustache is about that.
Heck yeah.
It's amazing.
It's beautifully whiskery, I'll put it that way. And he is ex-army, and he has that sort of typical British Army officer sort of like, I think he was a sergeant major in the Royal Engineers, so he has that like very much that accent that you all presume we have, because it's very much ingrown into that sort of thing. And he has that moustache. It's such a big, broad moustache, and you're all laughing at Silky's comment.
I didn't see Silky's comment. What was it?
About snot and whatnot.
That's not an adult
problem. I have a fact about moustaches.
Go on.
World War One. It was by King's order. If you could grow a moustache, you had to have a moustache. King's order.
That's pretty cool. I have a counter fact about beards. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. So, up until recently, in the British Army, there is only one rank in one corps where you are allowed a beard. And that is the Royal Pioneers Corps. And that is that you have to be the sergeant of that platoon in the Royal Pioneers Corps, because they have, it is basically, goes back to historical where they used to cut down trees and that. So people would go through basic training in the army, and the people that would go and cut down the trees, would that be their secondary job outside of the army? So they would already have the beard to protect themselves from the elements. So instead of getting them to shave when they join the army, they let them keep it, but only if they held the rank of sergeant. And the person who has that rank will go on parades, and he will wear a uniform with a leather apron and polished axes, and that is the only person up until recent times in the British Army that is allowed a beard longer than stubble.
There we go. Mind blowing.
I know. So I think we've answered that last question. So I think we could have a little ad break, maybe top up drinks, go for a wee, whatever you need to do. So Zen, you listening, my boy? Is it time to get jiggy with it?
Let's go.
Beautiful, aren't they?
That makes it so
amazing.
Don't be silly. There is some absolute corkers on there. That grey beard. How?
Amazing. I have
we love art in the reaction thing for Jiggy's beard.
Yes. Bang them love hearts out.
Yeah,
Show
crack them in, because
they're amazing.
The lady's got some talent.
100%. I have been waiting for ages since we knew we was having Jiggy as our guest. And 15 minutes before the live, I had to say to our legend, can we please let me introduce that bit with Let's Get Jiggy with it? Because obviously I couldn't use the music because it would give away who our guest was. So yeah, it had to be Let's Get Jiggy with it. Show a little bit of love for Jiggy and all the stuff that she does, all the creativeness, and the time and effort that just goes into them beards is absolutely phenomenal. Bit of a bonus question I've just thought of. What is the longest amount of time you have spent on one of your beards?
Months.
Ones.
Yeah.
Wow.
That grey one looked really realistic as well.
Yeah.
The one with the lumberjack?
Yes.
So many mixed feelings from that photo. It's just strange.
One of my favourites.
Quite fancied it, didn't you?
Oh,
It's sort of like a Grizzly Adams with boobs sort of way.
I really just threw that together. I had done the beard before. I'll tell you. So a lot of what I try to do is when I first joined, it was very secretive to what you're doing. Don't tell anybody what you're doing. It has to be da 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 da, and never use the same beard again. Period.
Right.
Well, I don't come from that kind of money. So I put a lot of time and effort and money into mine. So I try to revamp them in some sort of way. The Yosemite Sam was the same as the Leprechaun. It was the same.
That's clever.
That lumberjack, I did it in Sacramento. It was their 10-year anniversary, and so that the whole idea from that particular one, y'all had asked me where I get my inspiration. Sacramento was hosting their 10th anniversary. The 10th anniversary is tinfoil. So I made one beard out of aluminum foil, and then
aluminium foil to use, Sandman.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like
yeah, no, I just wanted to say it wrong again.
Aluminum. And so then at the last minute, I was like, ooh, I really want to work on doing my mustache, the realistic mustache. I had started doing a curl in it, and I was like, ooh, I want to start doing more and more. So then I just kind of was like, work on it, practice, and I actually placed with that one and not with the aluminum foil one.
How strange.
It was a good beard, though.
I would have seen the aluminium foil, and I would have gone with just the fact that you've taken that thought process of the year and the anniversary, and that would have been a win in my book, you know. But I mean, what us three have, two of us have competed. So me and Lupin have competed. Red's been at a few competitions, so she's seen what it's like for others to compete. But you're the only person on the screen who can maybe give us an insight onto the flip of the bearding world. So judging, you've done that or something or other, I think. So how do you change that thought process from being a competitor to a judge? You know, what sort of themes stand out? What sort of categories stand out? And this sort of links to the Lupin's question about favourite male category, I would say. When you're judging, which is the one that you sort of like to judge the most, and what sort of theme and category stands out to you?
Oh, I always love to judge Miss Screeners. Just because, not because I like to judge it, but anybody that stood in line with me as a competitor, I'm looking at it and I want to know why and how. How did your mind come up with this? Because my mind would have come up with something completely different. And that's where the Craft Whisker Club comes in. So I love to judge the women. I like to judge mustache categories and the full big beard categories. I was asked to start prejudging at Great American this year, and be on that team. And then I got asked to come back as a pre-judge for nationals. So I take it very serious with what categories are in there. And when you're there to judge that beard in that category. And it doesn't matter. Honestly, the costume doesn't matter. What they're wearing doesn't matter. What your beard looks like is what matters, because it's a beard competition. If you've got two people in a category that's equally like the judge panel, you're sitting there and you're like, they equally have 10 beards, like the score of 10. Who put more effort into their appearance? That's where that comes into play. So that's for me.
Yeah, that's advice I've been given. That's advice I've been given from competing by people who have judged and people who have been competing for a lot of years. If you do put the effort into your costume, it's not like you said. It isn't the costume that gets judged, but if you are ever in that sort of dead heat situation, it does edge your bets a little bit, but only in that extreme situation of that. Now, John Fabula needs to go take his mouth for a wash, because I don't drink tea, I drink coffee, and I'm from the north of England, so I don't sound like Silky or others of that ilk. Or Dick Van Dyke. Yeah, Dick Van Dyke is pretty much it.
But so there was somebody that gave our guys some advice. I believe it was at Cassie a few years ago in Austin. Everybody wears the Beard Mob club shirt, right? You've got all those patches and all those pins on there. Perfect. You're representing your proudest. Be that. But when you go to stand before the judge, take that off. It takes away from them looking at your beard.
See, Silky.
Wear a shirt that complements your beard. What makes your beard stand out?
I've noticed that throughout the day. Now, I know I say Silky a lot, but he's won a lot of trophies, and he's a guy who he catches your eye in the bearding world because of the way he presents himself.
Right.
And I've noticed the way that he changes, his costume more times than people change socks, during a competition. The man will start off in one thing, couple of drinks down his neck. He's not only changed style, it's the cut of the suit, it's the colour of the damn thing, there may be a dress involved. He changes that much it shows that it is complementing his beard, but also the thing that he wears depends on the time of day. So it depends if he's competing, depends if he's just chilling, depends on if he's doing mob pictures, depends if he's having a bit of R&R in between the competition and that sort of thing. So if he's took himself off to have a sit down, he'll be in whatever he wants to be to chill out, and then he'll be in whatever situation. And it's interesting how you said that, because now I sort of know a little bit as to why he's not just he's trying to have fingers in lots of different pies, which is great, but he's also trying to make sure when he goes onto that stage, he's giving his beard the best chance it has. Now, I'm not saying a mob shirt isn't a good idea when you go onto stage. For some people,
if that's what you want to wear.
Spot on.
But if they're not getting, that's just a piece of advice that the guys got told, and as soon as they got told, it was a game changer. So
I believe that it does give some members the confidence to go up there, because they feel when they've got the shirt on, they are confident they are part of something. But I also think that a lot of our members can go up as their self and show them just as good, because they're always going to have the backing.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you ever consider coming over to the UK to either compete or to judge if you was invited?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That sounded like please tell me you've got tickets for an English competition, people. Please.
That's brilliant.
I would in a freaking heartbeat. So most everybody knows by now, I just moved, me and my boyfriend got a house. With getting the new house, Germany's not doable this year. So it took me months to accept that.
Oh, bless you. We wanted to go to Germany for the Worlds. It's just not doable, like you say.
Yeah.
We had a competition in February, and circumstances, and you can't help it. It's either circumstances for the competitors or circumstances for the people running it, and people take umbrage with it and have a bit of a chip on the shoulder with that sort of thing, and they forget that yes, it's a beard competition, and yes, you're either a competitor that has the problem or the people who are putting it on that's the problem, but we're still all human. Life still gets in the way. And people forget about that when they get their head into competing mode, and then when life does get in the way, it really knocks people down a bit. And of course it will. You know, you've bigged yourself up and you've bigged up for that particular event, but I think it'll help everyone's sort of mental state of mind if they can try and just remember we're still all human. Life can get in the way. Events can get cancelled. Your funds could change. I mean, that's just how it is.
$1,500.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's just flight. And when I got to adding it up, it was probably gonna cost over $3,000. Easy, just like per person with hotels and food. And I mean, you know, I'm not just going to come for a competition. I'm going to see the country. Like,
yes.
When am I ever? I never traveled before I was in Mob. Never, ever, ever. And I've been to California twice now. I'd never been to Cali before this year. I've been to Virginia, Illinois. I mean, and also Pennsylvania. Why would I ever go to Pennsylvania? Montana. Yeah, I mean, I go to Colorado still, but like I've been all over, and so I want to. But when I got to looking, it was going to cost over $3,000. What can I do for a charity here stateside for $3,000? You know, like, because that $3,000 was going to be for my personal use, and then that, to me, it took away from. Do I want a world title? Do I think I can win a world title? But I can give $3,000 to people here and die happier than having a title hanging on my wall.
That world title could come your way in Pittsburgh for 2025.
Exactly. Yeah, for 2 years. So
we want to be there for that.
Be ready. I'm throwing down. I will start an idea now to have for Pittsburgh. So.
And you won't finish it and change your mind a week before the competition.
I won't finish it until the week before.
That's crazy.
Like, if I finish it, then I fuck around and tweak it this and tweak it that.
I just see you getting to a month before the competition, looking at your beard and going, no, I'm starting all over again and just doing your own thing. I've changed my mind.
I would. I absolutely would. Because. And so that's why it takes me so long. I admire the girls like Natalie can sit down and whip out all these freaking beards in no time. Me, I sit there, like I said, I have commitment issues. So lay it on the beard. I will sit there and look at it, and then if it looks good in a day or two, then I'm like, okay, stick it down, because I don't want to redo it. No.
Well, I promise you get that beard sorted, I will be there, front of that stage, cheering you on for Mob.
Yes, the British are coming. If I can get my youngest to stop biting people long enough, I'll get him to come, and we'll try and get to Pittsburgh. It'll be fantastic. Just taking in all you're saying is, it's amazing when you see it from a different side of things and seeing how your experience can help so many people. And I know from the person who's been interviewed, you don't see it like that, but part of the reason why we've got you on this show, and yes, I'm going to big you up again because it's what I'm good at, but you do Whiskerina, one tick. You're part of Mob, which is another tick. And, you know, it's hard to say, the way you talk about bearding and your experiences don't just help one person or one category. It really does overlap. So me and Lupin just doing this show, you wouldn't get the same sort of feel as in if we had Red, because obviously you then talk to somebody who's potentially going to be a Whiskerina and helping them along. But you're also helping me and Lupin on because of the advice that you're giving outside of the Whiskerina category. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're helping so many people, and I guarantee you, if there's somebody in this comment, on watching this now, who comments and says, "I know every single thing that Jiggy said. I haven't learned something that you've said," full of poo. And I'll leave it at that, because it's a family-friendly show and we don't swear.
You should have warned me about that one, sorry.
Did you hear boo? Come on, man.
I think the children might be in bed.
Yeah. Well, y'all's might.
Not
yeah.
America.
You're like,
Yeah.
Forgot that.
Yeah.
Oops.
I know. I'm like, man, my bad.
Yeah, no worries.
But no, for real. I really do. It's the whole community. There are a lot of us. I mean, obviously, if you compete, you want to win. I mean, you don't go up there to go, damn, I hope I lose. But it doesn't matter either way. The charity is getting the same exact either way. So, I mean, I don't know. Y'all are younger, so I don't get it from y'all's aspect. I get it from mine as I was a stay-at-home mom. I was homeroom mom. I was on the PTA. I was the coach. You know, everything I did revolved around my kids.
What's the PTA? I don't know what that is.
Parent-teacher association. So it's like, yeah.
We do have stuff like that over here.
I'm not a mum.
Around them. And then they graduated from high school. What the hell was I about to do with my life now? And so that's, I mean, it was all in that transition. And this gave me something positive. I was single. I could have been going out and acting a fool, you know, different things. But literally coming into the beard world made my life so much richer. Like, I never in a million years thought this would be the thing. And so, and to be able to, as a Whiskerina, knowing that it used to be that bitter, we walk into a we call them like a green room where you get ready. If I'm traveling by car, I've got a freaking tote full of stuff. You need something, I got it. Put it back when you're done. Clean up after yourself, be an adult. But if I got it and I can help you, tell me. If you got a question on how to do this or that or this, I'll tell you what my mind says. It may not be what your mind says, but I'll give you my opinion, and always there. Man, I know, Jeff. Shut up.
Well, like, you just sort of ruined any hope of any member of the British chapter coming to America. You said act like an adult. We don't know how to do that.
No. The men don't know how to do that.
Give over. We've seen how you get.
Clean up after yourself. You're grown.
She sits there and she will ride that bus and she'll say, "Oh, it's just the men that mess about, and it's just the men that blah blah blah." Absolutely horse
women don't look around like we're like we get things done, and then it's how we're raised. Like, especially
Prim,
if you're
proper,
mom,
sophisticated.
and you can play later.
Amen,
No-
sister.
No messing about. You don't mess about. You don't swear. You know, nothing
I
like
do.
that. So,
you should have warned
just to tag on to that big chunky question I asked, about being a judge and that sort of thing. When you sort of put a competition together, because I imagine judges have a bit of a hand in putting things together and the actual bones and the skeletal structure of the competition. When you come to the charities, like, how do you, when you've gone through the competition process, how do you get your head around the fact that we've just made this much money for this charity? How do you deal with that sort of come down of, or even high from it, of we're doing this for charity, you have expectations of raising money and some money for the charity, and I know all money is good, but being realistically, you want a decent amount. When you get that big amount revealed, because you've raised a lot of money for charity, how do you deal with that sort of emotion?
I cry a lot.
Okay.
I cried. So I emceed our competition. I cried on stage. I cried when I counted the cash and I took the picture and I sent it to our cabinet. And when all the money was transferred through, I cried at the bank when I got the cashier's check. I cried when we gave them the money.
So I'm screwed then. So if I'm ever in a situation where I have to do like any sort of charitable paperwork or going through the monies, because I like cry like a hormonal teenager, I am pretty much screwed.
It's not passion, and there's nothing wrong with it. My son's
There's a massive Aurora storm happening.
so
Sorry.
I don't know, like that's how I dealt with it. I do get really sad after some competitions.
The comp blues, they hit everybody. It's so hard.
How far away are y'all from each other? Like,
So from Red, I'm about 2 hours
okay.
ish. Would you say, Red?
What's
About
that,
2 hours?
sorry?
Me and you about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Nottingham way.
Okay.
Yeah, about an hour and 30, hour and 40 minutes between me and you.
Whatever. I'm not good with that sort of thing. It's why we've got the human sat nav.
And then
then
we've got
from-
the same to Lupin as well.
Yeah. So from me to Lupin, what would you say, about 3 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it's not too bad, it's bad for us because our concept, like I said, of time and distance is
Yeah.
completely different to you guys. To you, it's like, oh, your neighbours. Oh, I love
No,
it.
like so we do Zoom links on our meetings for
Mhm.
anybody that's more than like an hour away. So, but I was just wondering how y'all met. Like,
We tend to meet at competitions.
Yeah.
We do have a massive chat, and my God, that thing is busy. Like, that's busy.
I think
Just think about it, every single member is in that chat, in our chapter. So
Oh.
they're all talking.
even all the children.
No.
the youngest
But the
one would be Freckles at 16,
Yes.
nearly 17, but she
Okay.
can give as good as she gets, to be fair.
Right
to
on,
be
right
fair,
on.
The children play a big part in it because the amount of spam you get from videos of children doing random stupid things, babies to toddlers to, and the amount of like messages you get from so and so saying my child's just done this, like me with the popcorn thing,
Right.
that the amount of things like that. So the children are heavily involved. We do try and involve the kids a lot because it is the future of bearding.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not a case of forcing them into it, but if it's an environment
They
they're
all have
around,
fun as a family.
they'll feel comfortable in not necessarily doing the bearding, but if there was something else they wanted to do, they already have that sort of experience of being around that environment and
Right.
applying it to a different thing in life, which I think is really good, especially for the younger ones.
Yeah, to get up on stage and be able to talk to somebody.
No, I'm sorry, the guts that we try and show as adults is nothing compared to the kids. Jesus, hell's bells. I mean, I've had two out of three of my kids go on stage, and I have cried every single time.
Like we say, you cry easily.
Yeah, but it's your kids, man. You cry at your kids.
Right.
The thing is, though, you could cry at all mob kids.
But they're beautiful. Zeke. Oh, I won't
Ziggy
forget
is
it.
amazing.
The British
Come out of his
nationals.
shell.
The British nationals, and I'm going to mention the curly-haired, the curly mustache pretty man again. Zeke at nationals. So this is Lupin's son, first time competing, and he went on stage, and Lupin was a bit nervous and fine. Silky did what Silky does, took the lad under his wing, and he got him on stage, and he got him competing, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I'm pretty sure he'll probably bob it in the comments because he's the type of guy that memory will probably stick with him forever. And it stuck with us. You saw him, and you saw it wasn't his son, and
Right.
the proud moment and the pride that man had for doing that was just unreal. Red caught it all on camera, and it was beautiful. It was a really beautiful moment, and it gave Lupin the opportunity to view it from a perspective that not many parents get to see it from, because we're always there with the child. Are you with me? So Lupin got that perspective of watching his child go on stage doing his thing, and man, I tell you what, I'm getting welling up now. That's how easy it is for me. But the kids,
That
if
is
you're going to get me to cry, the kids competing is always going to get me there, because they are just little superstars, every single one of them. And
They
do
really are.
amazing.
They really are.
Absolutely do amazing.
And he competed before me as well.
He did,
Yeah,
didn't
he did.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
showed
He
his dad
competed
how to
before
do
his dad.
it. We also have the British child champion as well. British
Oh,
children's
yeah.
champion.
G-Man.
Oh, G-Man, Big Judd's little boy.
Is that the one that did Mike Wallet?
Oh, yes.
That was.
was funny.
It's absolutely amazing, the characters that
It
is
was
done.
it was funny because the MC of the night had to shout Mick, so Mick's got walking problems. So Mick's doing his own thing, tootling along, doing what Mick does best, and then he's like shouting him, and he's going, "Well, what do you want?" And when he turned around and saw him, he's like, oh, "Right, okay," so he had to run on the stage and do his thing. But obviously Mick doesn't do anything particularly fast, so it was like a bit of like you saw the mind going 100 miles an hour, but the legs weren't going 100 miles an hour, and it was beautiful. And I think that's one of the first times I've seen Mick Wallage like nearly breaking two emotionally. It absolutely,
him and his wife.
Absolutely crippled him and Kay. And Kay don't do kids. Kids don't even enter Kay's radar.
Kay loves children, as long as they're not hers.
Exactly. So, but and when Judders did that, it got us all. But Mick, a man as stoic and a man who is so good at taking the piss and brushing everything off in life.
Yeah.
Just broke.
He
crumbled like a cookie, did that man.
He's going to be cussing y'all out for this.
It was beautiful to watch. It really was. Have you got a last question, Lupin?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
He does. He does. I promise. He does.
I do. Yeah. So, where do you see Baden going in the future?
Oh man. I don't know. For me, I hope it gets, I know it's hard to say, I hope it gets back to pre-COVID, but I got to experience it before COVID hit. And then I got to experience the online, and then the after. It seems like it's picking back up. I just want to see it get back to that. That would be really cool. I would like to see all the groups grow. For everybody to feel included. I don't like when everybody thinks they have to have a big beard to enter a competition, and that's not it. There's specific categories, and so like I wish that was more exactly. You have a 0 to 4 category. Go and walk.
How dare you?
Hey, baby beard.
Beautiful.
Hey, I was trying to be nice.
We do have a lot of baby beards over here.
All right.
That's what looks good on you, then I think that's what you wear. I don't think you have to have the big beard to...
It doesn't look good on me. I had a bigger beard. I had chops. It looks like somebody's got an egg and stuck feathers on it. You know? I know
you
what
said
I look
it.
like. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't give me none of your Texas charm. I know what I look like. I look like a very famous actor from a very famous soap in England. I look like Shadrach from Emmerdale. I know what I look like. I'm aware of this.
I don't think you know who he is. Yeah, Google it.
From Emmerdale. Google
Yeah,
that
you
shit.
do need to Google Shadrach from Emmerdale.
Right? So I'm with you on that. I get it. I'll ride that storm. But it's coming, and it's coming bigger.
No.
But please don't say that I'm beautiful, or say that my beard is nice. It's not. Not yet. But it's getting there.
I mean, you don't look like a child.
Not now.
Not yet. I mean, I did. I was bald and clean shaven. I look like an egg. And then I had chops as well. So I looked like an egg who somebody had attacked with like Gorilla Glue and stuck some felt to.
It's okay. Laugh as much as you can because we do.
There is not a day, and I mean this, and because I've got thick skin, I can take it. And Zen's probably absolutely probably lost half of his bladder with laughing right now in the background. But I can take it. There is not a day that goes by in either the officers chat in our club, either the members chat, or hell, there's a Mob's Nerds chat in our little club that talks about video games. Yeah. And I guarantee you, at some point throughout the day, there'll be a random point where it's, do you know what? It's been a good 12 hours. Let's just take the piss out of Sandman.
And there was one point where we thought Sandman was going to enter the ladies' categories.
I've eaten my head. Silky just put a comment, and I will say it. I basically decided what's the best way of removing the hair on the head, because I used to work in a forest, and I used to get warm so much in the summer. So I decided instead of shaving it, I'd veet it. It actually burns.
Hair removal cream.
Like Nair? Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I think
That
Catfish Cooley did.
that burnt. Yeah,
That's because you're special.
my head, my forehead, and my head look like what I would imagine it would be if you flicked a lion in the love spuds with a wet towel.
Was that
That's how
just
red it
before,
went.
Was that just before Beard on last year?
No, did I have hair? Yeah, it was because
No,
there's a video
you had a
of
bald
every
head
single
with beard on.
person.
You had a bald headed beard on because
Yeah,
everyone
every
was
single
slapping
person
you.
at beard on
Yeah.
in our club. There's a video of him just slapping my head.
So you got like a chemical burn on it?
Oh yeah,
Oh
straight up. Yeah.
He's our special boy.
yeah. Jesus. Oh well, I guess every group has to have one.
Yeah.
I'm everyone's. I'll take. Do you know what? I will take that as an international title.
It's a special boy.
A special boy. Oh dear me.
That's funny as hell. Seriously though, Red, you got to compete. Have you competed yet?
No,
Nope.
my daughter has. Freckles has. Her dad made her a beard last year. It weighed about 1 kilo. It was made out of rubber from tires.
I'll tell you.
Well-
So,
I don't know how much a kilo is. I mean,
£2.5.
about £2.5.
It's Red's husband is good at conversions between metric and imperial because
But
he's
it
Rain
was,
Man.
it was really, really heavy and obviously all rubber. She placed third, so that was good.
mine was over 10 pounds.
That was just shy of my
What's
first
10 pounds in
baby.
kilos?
What?
Mine too. I was like, fuck. Oh yeah, I was pissy as hell when they were like, "Oh, put it back on for you to go to best in show." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
So which one was that? Which beard was that?
The steampunk one.
Oh yes, that looked amazing.
It was all metal. Like it was all metal and glass.
I was only
Wow.
joking about the swearing sort of thing. I really don't care. So whoever's put Slapper Sandy, love your comment. I think it's beautiful, but I refuse to acknowledge it because you spelled my name wrong. So yeah, move on.
Oh God, no, that's Jeff.
I have taken a
Take the piss out
little
of me all
bit
you
of
want, just spell my name
inspiration
right.
from you, and I have come up with an idea. It's just whether I can run with it. If I do, there will be photos.
Well, message me if you have any problems.
Oh, bless you.
Say
Thank
it
you.
now.
I shall add
Tell
you
us
on
all
Facebook.
now. Tell us your idea live.
No.
Yes.
No, until
Spill
you
the
build it.
beans.
Yeah, until you build it, then be like,
Oh, it's Amy Winehouse who said it. Got you. So our captain is called Captain Jack. He was the enforcer, then he became lieutenant, and then he became captain. And obviously, Captain Jack fits because obviously your Pirates of the Caribbean. He had dreadlocks, but he used to wear them in like a beehive. So
Yeah.
ever since I started Mob, I've always said he looked like Amy Winehouse.
Decision.
I could see that.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
So whenever, even though he has
Yeah.
de-dreaded, combed his
Yes.
dreads out, and now he's got straight hair, he's still Amy Winehouse and will forever be Amy Winehouse.
Arthur
So now
Winehouse.
he is Arthur Winehouse. He's only halfway there.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Red, you can keep it to yourself, love, and just tell us when you're ready, or you can just tell us now. No pressure.
I'm not telling you now. Don't stop digging. Lips are sealed. Zip it.
My chapter never wants to know what I'm doing. They're like,
It needs to be
I don't want to know.
surprised.
No, I don't.
Has anybody got the mental capacity to deal with the stages of your beards as they go?
For me?
Mhm.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't want any help.
Shouldn't it?
Don't touch it.
Shouldn't
Don't
it put it on?
like. I don't know. It's just. It's all packed away right now, so it's really weird for me. But like I do all the stuff.
Just to tag on to the end of Lupin's question, because I like a good tag on. So, in the future, especially Mob, obviously bearding's a massive sort of ball of whatever it is. Especially Mob, how do you feel where do you feel the growth of Mob will be in the future? How do you envision Mob being in the future? You know what I mean? Because obviously we've got a lot of chapters, we've got a lot of members, we've got a lot of subdivisions within chapters and nationals and all that sort of thing. But how do you feel Mobb will grow in the future? We asked Boo the same question. He gave an answer. I want to see if yours is similar or different.
Honestly, I'm just floored at where it's at now, to be honest. I never in a million years imagined anything like this. Never. I would hope I don't think
Come on, you can say it. We're all grown-ups, except for me.
I learned a lot from other presidents and how they do things, and seeing how the growth is. Like I already said, y'all are blowing up over there. I think I watch a lot of what y'all try to do. I'm not good with the posting and stuff. Whoever y'all does y'all stuff is so good.
That would be Silky and the amazing Curly.
Is that Nathan?
Yeah.
His name's Zen, apparently. I don't know who he is, but none of us actually ever met him. He's just like this mystical force that appears and tells us to do shit, and then we end up having really cool lives.
Yeah, I mean, he just puts everything together. I think the key is finding somebody, putting your group together where their strengths will grow you, versus, and like I told y'all, I grew up playing sports, so I see things as a team. And sometimes you just have to be in the place where you benefit the group the best. And then I think that's where we'll grow. I think when people see how much we really do just do it for charity, then I would like for people to see that it's a good community to be in. Like it's not like y'all have the family aspect going on. I wish everybody understood how women and children can be a part of this, and we can all come together from. I would have never met y'all in a million years. Never talked to y'all ever in my life.
Thanks.
Except for facial I mean, for facial hair, like we get to give people money that make their lives better for facial hair. And
it's mad, isn't it?
It's
a crazy concept.
Huh?
It is a crazy concept of how it works.
Insane. I never in a million years thought there would be something like that. You never, I just think if more people would be accepting of stuff, then we'll keep growing.
I think obviously out of us three, I've been in Mobb longer out of these two, but not by much. The growth, I say it every show, and I'll continue to say it because I will die on this hill. The growth that we have seen, not just as a chapter, but the way the club's evolving and adapting to the world in bearding and the different aspects of it is amazing. It really has.
Right.
Literally, that comment says it all. Is encompassing one mob, one love, and that's my wife. She's got a dragon on the end of it because she's breathes fire and shit. So yeah, it
it's
really
brought a lot of people together.
Yeah, it has touched so many different corners of not just the world, but like society. There's people who literally call each other brother and sister and family, who, when you take away the beard inside of it and look at, like you said, the way they are in society and the groups that they mingle outside of bearding, they would never mix. They would never have the opportunity of talking or speaking to each other or learning about each other or getting into that sort of world, because it's not because they don't like that type of person, it's just them circles just would never mix because of society. Whereas bearding and the way Mobb is, it encourages that blend and flow between everything, and we all come together. I've chatted to several people in the States in Mobb and gelled straight away. And same, you shut up, Dover. That's my wife. I'm gonna start crying.
You will. Yeah.
Unbelievable. But yeah, it is amazing.
It's crazy. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I won't know somebody's profession and have been to competition after competition after competition. And I can say I've built like I don't hang with anybody. I'm a different person. So some of my best friends are actually in this community, but I really feel like I wouldn't have met these people. But God placed I'm religious, so God placed them there to fill that part of my life. I don't really have a best friend. I have friends that fill, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so Nat and I, like, there was a discussion, something needed to be cleared up 5 hours later, and then now it's like she's opened up so many doors, and I see how she is willing to help other people. She comes across as like really short and just, but like watching her and the Johnson and Aaron and what they do to this with this community. Everybody says, "Oh, it's great to travel." Man, do you know what it's like to spend in a car for 13 hours back and forth over and over?
The fact that he has a lunchbox version of his wife is beautiful. I love that personally.
So, I mean,
unfortunately, my wife's so short, I would only have an apple and a banana because that's how tall she is.
Oh, Natalie too. She's like a plantain. Like not even.
I don't think people. But I'll jump on what you're saying about Aaron and Natalie. And Silky will defend what I'm saying to the absolute hilt. Even if you've not met these people, you don't have to look far in the bearding world to see what they're doing and to see the love that they have for charity and bringing people together. And yes, they're honest Amish, but they do so much.
But it was even before they were
so much other thing
doing everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like before he went to work with Honest Amish full time. So years ago, it was still like they still went above and beyond. And I mean, like for me in my category, there's a lot of like Holly Hurlemeyer, Crystal Davis. There's a whole lot of girls that started before me that have been flags. I mean, God, I can name so many females in the United States that will just help you. And I think that's what it needs to be about. Like, if you got to be one thing in the world, can't you just be somebody that helps somebody? Like, help
together.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what else is going on. Let's just help somebody. So.
Well, I never thought that I would meet an American at an English competition. Never mind Aaron and Natalie. They came to the British, and it was amazing. It really was. The kindness and the charity, just their products alone, fantastic. Obviously, you know, it's Honest Amish, and I will say we're not sponsored by anything, even though I think Aaron owes me like £10 now or something daft, the amount of times I've said his name. So it's like they literally just live and breathe kindness. You can see it in everything they do. They go on the stage and they have that persona. Everybody does, but when they're off the stage, it's like they're just a little ball of energy, a ball of happiness, and it just infects everybody. You know, you go past them and you brush shoulders with them and you're happy, and that's a bit of that just goes around, and it really is the case. And I think Mick and Kay are very much the same over here as well. You know,
it's a vibe. It's just a vibe.
Madness. It's like a virus. It's a positive virus, is what it is. You go near them people, them types of people, and I don't care if you're the most bitchy person in the world or you have permanent bitch face. I'm not naming names. But them people will just get through to you, and you can't not have a good day, and that's just how it is. And I don't think people shout them out enough. We could do it. We could spend the rest of the night shouting them out, but we really don't. And
that's me, Abs. Like, I'm the same. I mean, that is my family. That's what I go and do.
And that's the difference, isn't it? I suppose it's like bikes. People who do bikers and that sort of thing. People see the negative side of it. And there is a few negative stigmatisms with beards and the way people view beards, and that's always historically been the case. But the way bikers are a family within that core aspect of that group, us beardos and bearded people and eggs with fur, joined together, and basically
and whales.
And whalers.
Whalers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whalers.
Them strange mustacheless people.
I don't think it looks strange. I think it looks
It,
beautiful on you,
doesn't, it
Lupin.
suits Lupin really well.
I think it does. I don't.
Because that
yeah.
guy had a big mustache. He had a big mother
Put a
flipper.
mustache. If he grew a mustache, he would look like the other, like another beard. Now he looks like Lupin.
It suits the likes of Lupin. It suits. Why does it suit Boo? I've seen Boo with a mustache. It
Man,
suits Boo
he
so
looks
well.
good as a whaler, doesn't he?
Monty not so much, but Boo.
Boo rocks it.
Jägerbomb.
Does the whaler? He looks good with a mustache, but they hate the whale. They hate the mustache. Tisha hates it. So
Jägerbomb and Shannon suits them. It's really weird how you forget how style and face structure go together.
Yeah.
And people just carry off certain styles. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, whaler looks good on some people, and it just doesn't on others. I mean, I wouldn't look good as a whaler. Would I, Lupin? Would I, Lupin? I would not look good as a whaler.
Lupin wants you as a whaler.
I know he
want
does.
another
He needs to be
whaler.
quiet.
Lupin wants everybody as a whaler.
You want the whole world as a whaler.
Everybody should compete as a whaler.
Whaler gang.
Silky said you've all got kissy lips.
When my boyfriend, when we met, he shaved his
Who's that?
mustache off. We don't do that anymore.
I'm a big fan of Abraham Lincoln. Big fan of
Dude
Abraham
on the top
Lincoln.
right
One of his nicknames.
is Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham.
Who said that
Explain.
comment? Who said that comment anyway?
Yeah, who said the Abraham Lincoln comment?
Yeah, whose is that?
Oh, shit.
Put your
I
name
don't see no
on it.
name.
Harry
Obviously,
said
Facebook user.
that. Joker said it.
Joker,
Joker.
of course he did.
Yeah.
is
I want to buy
awesome.
that guy a beer.
See, I like Harry with his chops with a mustache. I don't care if he likes it. It's his face, but I
So
particularly
you prefer the unfriendly to the friendly?
I prefer the friendly.
You prefer the friendly?
I want the mustache. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh look, Lupin.
What?
She prefers mustache.
Yeah. I'm team up. But you know, it just
It's okay.
I think
We don't get
like,
we don't get our own category over here in the UK. We have to share with partial.
That's a bit
Yeah, that's
impartial,
something I've
yeah.
noticed. The chops.
It's a difficult category.
Yeah. So
I don't
chops,
have y'all
goatee.
split.
Other than British, every other competition it's chops, goatee, sideburns, whaler, anything that's partial, all gets put together. So you're then competing so you can have a chops competing against a whaler competing against a goatee. It's all bundled
So one.
together.
So they do that some here in the United States. It depends on the size of the competition.
Yeah.
It's the same with the girls, like with the Whiskerinas. Sometimes it's just Whiskerinas, and sometimes it's creative and realistic. It's hard to put creative and realistic together, just like it's hard to put all the partials. How do you judge? Like Austin and Cassie, they just did all the partials together. And I think it was all three goatees won. But there was some chops in there. I think some people look good with chops. Some people should not wear chops. You know?
If Mick Wallage is watching this now, he's blushing.
Oh, I love his
Oh, it
chops.
very much suits
He
me.
walks, dude. He's one of my favorites. But I like his whole presentation. I like his personality. So there's a lot to that. But I love his chops. Like, so, but a goatee, knucklehead, half beard.
Silky's just taking the mic. Don't
What is
pay
a goat?
attention.
That's Big Judd. Big Judd's a goat.
He's saying mustaches rule. He thinks whalers are weird. Chops are strange. What is a goat? Mustaches rule.
I had a whole stash picked out when Silky was supposed to judge at You Matter. I was gonna do just a stash just for him, and then he was like, "I can't come." I was like, "Oh, now you're doing all that shit."
That's it. Just stick that dagger. Third and fourth rib.
Yes, Silky.
You're a pretty bad man, but I understand. But I mean, I'll just fight it. He knows how I feel about that. He's so dumb. Like, yeah, he couldn't fly here, but
It's just the way it is. And that is unfortunately, like I said earlier, life gets in the way. And I can't imagine how Silky felt about all that.
I can.
But,
COVID stopped me going to America.
Yeah, but not for like bearding.
Yeah. That's the dumb. I mean, I don't even know. Like, we know it's not y'all's fault.
It is. It's the whole government's fault.
It's our government.
Yeah.
It's everybody's government. Down with the government.
It's the Americans stopping us at the moment.
It's our government.
It's
Maybe
like I
one
say,
day we'll get back.
we've said it today, and I'll say it again. It's the nature of the beast. Life gets in the way, and you just basically take it as
If
it
you're not
is,
so
and
weird,
you just
you last.
get on with it, don't you? And that's all you can do.
That's right. CBC.
Oh, right, Freckles has found me her beard that we did for her.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Was that leather?
No, that's
Tires,
rubber.
It's what?
It's
that's
Rubber
rubber.
tires, the wheels of a car.
No.
All cut up.
Tires of a car, Sandman.
Truck.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was her beard.
That's
That
pretty
is heavy.
clever.
Can we not?
Yeah.
That's a violation.
That's pretty clever. I like that. She should do it again.
She might bring it out for another one.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, please. Oh,
No, she
please.
did Opie's last year. It could be Beardon's beard this year.
Beard on.
Do it a
Tell you
different one.
what.
Same judges. Like,
I'm
you know,
so excited.
How many
So
weeks away
excited.
from Opie's are we?
Oh
Come on,
God,
next
Bennett.
year.
We was 90 days, not so long ago. So I reckon we're about 2.5 months.
Yeah, we're about 80 days, probably somewhere there now.
Yeah.
About 260 from beard on.
A bit of backstory for the rest of the year. Opie's was our biggest meet last year. We met so many people. We got a lot of members from Opie's. We didn't ever go out there for that intended purposes. We never went there to recruit or anything like that.
Silky, you're bad.
We just turned there. We just did what we did, and we didn't do any flyers. We didn't have any cards. We didn't really talk about Mob to anybody really. Occasional few people, but people just fell in love with the concept. They became members. We grew massively after Opie, and then every competition afterwards. And we get loads of questions from people within the club, other clubs, and that sort of thing. And we don't recruit. We don't actively recruit. We do not go out and we do not say, "Come join us." We do not say, "We are Mob, join us." We say, "Look at what we do." Feel what we do, make the decision for yourself, and that's the best way to be. That's the most organic way to be, and I think that's ultimately why Mob succeeds. Yeah, because it's an organic feeling. It's, I mean, I did pitch at Zen 4 times.
You said except for him.
Except for Zen. Other than that, we'll forget about Zen. I think Zen can show his face on the camera, so we can all thank him for all the amazing work that he does. But I don't know if he's got the stones, personally.
He's got the stones.
I don't know if he has. I don't think he has got the stones to flick his face on camera and we can all thank him for all the work he does.
Has he got the minerals?
Here he is. Big round of applause for Zen. Very well done for everything you do, not just for this show, for every show. You're there in the background, you're kicking my ass all the time, and it works. I don't always see your mind process, and it's got nothing to do with anything like negative. It's just I can't always see how your mind works, because your mind goes 100 miles an hour with 1,000 ideas, and they're all great, but my mind is a bit slower because I licked glue as a child. So that's just how it is. But thank you for popping your face onto our show, and you really, Silky, and there is not a person watching tonight who has either seen one of our shows or is about to see one of our shows and cannot look at them and not think you deserve every bit of credit that you get coming to you. You are absolutely a credit to this chapter, a credit to this club, because you help us with so much, and with Bearded Designs, you are a credit to the bearding community. You're getting there, you're getting out to a lot of people, and you're helping those who wouldn't necessarily be able to put themselves out as much as they can do without your help. So again, a massive round of applause. Get in them comments, guys. Everybody, I want you sending them loves. I want you sending them claps. I want you to show the love for that man.
Right, well, I'm leaving you to it. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Yeah, toodle of hip. Bye.
He had the
Right,
thumbs.
that was then. He does exist.
Y'all
Who
are
knew?
the best.
Who
Like-
knew that Zen existed? I didn't know. I never met him.
I did.
You're,
I've seen him at the beach.
oh, Secret Squirrel Club, eh? Secret Squirrels. Oh, we've heard all about it.
I've
Who
sung
knew
to
he
it.
existed? It was just smokes and mirrors to me. I didn't know he was real. So that is basically the show tonight. I hope you've had an amazing time. I've had an amazing time. We've got to know Jiggy and a bit how Jiggy grew up, parts of her life, the personal parts of her life. She's gone through a lot of shit, bless her, especially with the move in a house and the whole weather that happened all over that. That shit we don't wish on anybody, but she did.
I'm coming to move in.
Good for you. To be fair, you know, you put a cowboy hat on a hurricane and Red will turn up. It's just how that's going to happen.
I'm coming to play cowboy.
There we go. So
Yeehaw.
it has been an absolute blast.
Oh, I had
We've
a
seen your
blast.
beards. We've seen your entry to Guinness Book of World Records. You've all taken the piss out of Lupin. Boom. You've all taken the piss out of me.
They're quiet as fuck.
Boom. You know,
Yeah,
Red's been an absolutely amazing host as well. She's really brought a dynamic to this show with the way that she's given her own unique insight to the interview because of obviously herself being a future whiskerina. It was just an insight we needed to the show. We needed to have that thought process to make it work. There's no point me and Lupin talking about whiskerinas without having
Whiskerina.
Man, you gotta do
Red
it.
on. You've got to have that
Try
perspective.
it
You know?
once. Try
It's
it
just the
once.
way that is. And, you know, a massive thank you to my other host, Lupin.
Thank
He's
you,
turned up.
for
I
that.
don't know why he turned up, but he did. So good for you. No, he's a good man. You know, he really does help. We get on really well. I'm very confident. I'm very out forward
Thank you very
with
much.
who I am. I talk quite a bit, and I will carry stuff and run with it. Lupin's a bit more reserved, so he dials me back, but I also bring him on. So we balance, and we've had a really, really good time. A massive, absolutely massive, get on them loves, get on them likes for Jiggy, for being our guest tonight. She is an absolute superstar, an absolute powerhouse in the bearding world. She does an amazing job on the bearding scene, not just as a competitor, as a judge, but as a mentor to not only the women, but the men that are in Mobb and the men that are in the bearding world. Women, kids, everything. They all will see this and they will all look up to you, and more so than we already do, and see how it is done and how is the best, not necessarily the best way, but a good start for the newbies, and hell, some lessons learned for the ones that have been doing it a while as well. So thanks ever so much to everybody. So from myself, Lupin, Red, I don't know where you are on the screen.
Red down here
Jiggy.
for me.
You're all everywhere. If you want to just give a little farewell salute to everybody, if you will, stick two up, stick one up. I don't care personally. There's 3 on that screen, so
I've
that's,
got 3 hands.
that must be a Nottingham thing. Just saying.
Watch it, boy. Oh, I will have your balls.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you know the combination to best purse?
Sommer, thank you very much for the insights into the ladies. I think our ladies might actually bite the bullet and we'll go for it this year.
I mean, do it. Any
Let's do
questions, reach out. If I don't know how to help you, I'll tell you which lady is the best to help you. I promise you.
Amazing.
It's
Thank you.
amazing. I told you all. Me and Lupin told you all. We tried to tell you. I tried to tell you last night in the Mobb Inn for our members. In the Mobb Hub, sorry. I tried to tell everybody. This one was all about you guys. The stuff that you will learn from this episode will be worth learning. Trust me. If you've not watched it now, rewatch it again. Watch it on YouTube. However which way, take it in. Listen to what this crazy American says, because she knows her apples. Yeah? She might not be all there, but she knows her apples. Red, again, you've done really well.
Thank you very much for coming on, Graham.
Me, I turned up and did my own thing. I will love you all and leave you all. If you all just want to say goodbye and wave as we all just disappear into the sunset.